Wonders of Russia. Russia, the largest country on Earth, is a land of contrast and endless horizons. Stretching across 2 continents, Europe and Asia, and spanning 11 time zones, it holds within its vastness an extraordinary diversity of landscapes, cultures, and wonders. To speak about Russia is to speak about immensity, about the meeting of past and present, of tradition and modernity, and of nature's raw power and human achievement. From the icy Arctic tundra to the golden domes of its ancient cities, Russia is a country where beauty takes many forms. It can be seen in the solitude of the Siberian wilderness, in the grandeur of its imperial palaces, in the stillness of a frozen lake, or in the vibrant energy of its bustling capitals. The wonders of Russia are not only geographic and architectural, they are also deeply cultural and spiritual, resonating with the voices of poets, composers, and dreamers who shape the soul of this nation. Moscow, the beating heart of Russia. At the center of Russia's story lies Moscow, a city that is at once ancient and modern. The Kremlin, a fortress whose red walls have witnessed centuries of history, stands as the symbol of Russian statehood. Within its walls, golden onion-shaped domes rise above the churches, shimmering under the sun as if echoing the heavens themselves. Just outside, Red Square opens wide, framed by the colorful majesty of St. Basil's Cathedral. Its swirling patterns and bright hues make it one of the most recognizable monuments in the world, a fairy tale-like masterpiece built in the 16th century. But Moscow is more than monuments. It is a living, breathing metropolis where history collides with modern life. The Moscow Metro, with its marble halls, chandeliers, and mosaics, is often described as an underground palace, turning a daily commute into an artistic journey. The city's wide boulevards, lively theaters, and countless museums remind every visitor that Moscow is not only the political capital, but also a cultural powerhouse of the world. St. Petersburg, the Venice of the North. If Moscow is the beating heart of Russia, St. Petersburg is its artistic soul. Built by Peter the Great in the early 18th century, the city was designed to be Russia's window to Europe. With its elegant canals, grand palaces, and neoclassical architecture, St. Petersburg is often compared to Venice. Yet, it has its own character all its own. The Hermitage Museum, housed in the opulent Winter Palace, contains one of the world's greatest art collections, from the works of Leonardo da Vinci and Rembrandt to the masterpieces of Russian painters. The city's white nights, when the sun barely sets during summer, bathe its streets in a magical glow, inspiring poets and lovers alike. The Mariinsky Theater continues the legacy of Russian ballet and opera, traditions that have enchanted the world for centuries. St. Petersburg is a city of elegance and dreams, where every bridge and square seems to tell a story. To wander through its streets is to step into a living museum of art and history. The vastness of Siberia. Beyond the cities lies the wilderness, the endless landscapes that define Russia's geography. Siberia, stretching across the heart of Asia, is a land of forests, mountains, rivers, and frozen expanses. It is both remote and mesmerizing, a place where nature reveals its grandeur without compromise. Among its greatest treasures is Lake Baikal, the oldest and deepest freshwater lake in the world. Surrounded by taiga forests and snow-capped peaks, Baikal holds about 1/5 of the planet's fresh water. Its waters are so clear that one can see meters below the surface, and in winter, the lake transforms into a vast sheet of shimmering ice, cracked with crystalline patterns that look like nature's artwork. Baikal is not only a natural wonder, but also a sacred place for the peoples of Siberia, a symbol of purity and life. The Trans-Siberian Railway, the longest railway line in the world, connects Moscow to Vladivostok. Crossing mountains, rivers, and steppes, traveling this route is like witnessing the soul of Russia unfold before your eyes. A journey across thousands of kilometers through landscapes that shift from forest to deserts, from mountains to sea. The Caucasus, peaks touching the sky. To the south, Russia is crowned by the mighty Caucasus Mountains. Here stands Mount Elbrus, the highest peak in Europe, rising majestically to over 5,600 meters. Covered in eternal snow, Elbrus is a dream for climbers and adventurers, a place where heaven seems just a step away. The region is also rich in culture, with diverse peoples and traditions that make the Caucasus a vibrant mosaic of languages, dances, and cuisines. It is a meeting point of Europe and Asia, of ancient customs and breathtaking nature. Kamchatka, the land of fire and ice. Far to the east lies one of Russia's most remote and extraordinary regions, Kamchatka. This peninsula, isolated from the rest of the world, is a land of volcanoes, geysers, and wild rivers. More than 300 volcanoes rise across Kamchatka, some of them still active, painting the landscape with fire and ash. Alongside them flow glaciers and hot springs, creating a surreal contrast of fire and ice. Brown bears roam freely across the valleys, salmon fill the rivers, and eagles soar over untouched forests. Kamchatka remains one of the last truly wild frontiers of our planet, a place where the Earth's primal forces are still alive. The Golden Ring and beyond. Closer to Moscow, the Golden Ring of ancient towns showcases the spiritual heart of Russia. Cities like Vladimir, Suzdal, and Sergiev Posad are dotted with white stone cathedrals, monasteries, and wooden houses that preserve the memory of medieval Rus. Their quiet streets and timeless churches reflect the deep spirituality that has shaped Russian identity for centuries. In the north, the wooden churches of Kizhi Island rise like delicate sculptures against the sky, masterpieces of traditional architecture built without a single nail. In the Ural Mountains, considered the natural border between Europe and Asia, forests and rivers stretch endlessly, rich with minerals and legends. The soul of Russia. But the wonders of Russia are not only found in its landscapes and monuments. They live in the people, their resilience, their creativity, and their spirit. Russia gave the world the music of Tchaikovsky and Rachmaninoff, the novels of Tolstoy and Dostoevsky, the visions of Kandinsky and Chagall. Its culture, born of struggle and triumph, speaks to the depths of the human condition. To experience Russia is to encounter contrasts, icy winters and warm hospitality, vast wilderness and refined art, ancient traditions and bold modernity. It is a place where beauty takes forms both grand and intimate, where history and nature intertwine in endless ways. Conclusion. The wonders of Russia are as boundless as the country itself. From the glittering spires of Moscow to the frozen depths of Lake Baikal, from the cultural treasures of St. Petersburg to the volcanic landscapes of Kamchatka, Russia offers a journey through time, space, and spirit. It is a land that cannot be fully captured in words or images, for its essence lies in its immensity, in the feeling of standing on its soil and realizing that you are in the presence of something larger than life.